Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So technically I already filmed day 2 of concealer hunt week, but let's keep it a buck. We all knew I was going to do this concealer and I feel like it's probably one that you guys want to see the most. So I just got it in the mail. I figured, you know, like why not skip the one that I already, well not skip, but just move that to like day 3 and film this one today. So if you guys want to know all about the new McGrath Concealer, then just stay tuned. If you guys did not know, McGrath just launched a new concealer and a new pressed powder. I picked both of them up, but I also picked up a new foundation shade. The one that I picked up and I tried in my original foundation hunt, I believe was supposed to be like a golden undertone or something like that. This one is supposed to be neutral, but it's a deeper shade. This is the shade 31, deep 31. So I'm gonna try a new foundation shade, see if, you know, that changes my thoughts. But y'all know I'm just kind of okay on the McGrath foundation, at least on its own. But you know, the stars of today's show is the new Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer in the shade D29. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Let's see, how much does this retail for? So the concealer retails for $32, comes in, I think, 36 shades. It says it's a creamy, lightweight, full coverage concealer with a natural, radiant matte finish that brightens the under eye and hides the appearance of blemishes. Full coverage, natural finish, liquid formulation for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin. And then this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. I know this one comes in 3 shades. I picked it up in the deepest, like the shade Deep, and that retails for $30. All right, so now we can start putting it on. Okay, so now that I have the foundation in the shade 31, I'm not sure if 29 is the concealer shade I should have gotten. That's what it looks like not right in the tube. She's looking a little... Alright, so that's what the color looks like, and then my face. One second. I did hear the word matte in that description, so I've got hopes for it. It's giving me like gel concealer vibes. I literally just read the description. I already don't remember if it said it's a gel concealer, but that's how it feels on the face. Looking like it's gonna be pretty easy to blend out. Now for the new foundation shade. It is winter. I'm not sure winter is the best time to be trying new foundation shades, but you know, YOLO. Forgot how watery this foundation is. It's running down the back of my hand. Okay, and now for the powder. And so this is the powder in Deep. And I'm just gonna push the powder into my under eye, not actually bake. Well, good thing for me that I didn't purchase like the lighter shades. I didn't know if it was like a translucent type of powder or if it was legit like, you know, skin tone, like flesh powder. So I went with Deep just since they were 3 shades. I was like, it's most likely like shades meant on skin type and not like translucent powders, because if this is what Deep looks like and I had gone with one of the lighter ones, we might have had a problem, Houston. Well, okay then, so that'll be it for my face. If you saw the original foundation hunt video, then you know at the same time she put out a primer and a powder. I was also having some issues with that because that powder was straight up red, like brick city type red, so maybe that's also why I wasn't feeling it. But so far I'm not mad at my face for today. We're gonna see how it holds up though. It is 2:26, so I'm gonna check back in and we're gonna see how my face looks in a couple hours. Yeah, that's pretty much the point of the check-in shooting. Anyway, bye. So I am back. It is 6:14. This is what my face is looking like. I feel like you can't say I didn't give this foundation a fair shot, but I am just straight up orange. Just orange, and I'm disappointed but not surprised, because a lot of the times when foundations claim to have a neutral undertone, it comes out orange. So I'm not surprised, but you know, no one wants to look orange. And other than that, I'm just not, I don't know what it is. It doesn't do anything for me on my face. Maybe it's too light for me. I mentioned before it was really watery. It's a pretty medium, but closer to sheer coverage than it would ever be to full coverage. So maybe that's what it is, but it's just not for me. I have heard people say they really like it when they mix it with other products. I've seen people mix it with the Fenty foundation, so maybe I'll try that, because I gotta do something with this foundation. I just spent $68 to buy it again. Love that for me, but that's okay, because you know who the star of this the stars of this show were? It was. Anyway, the concealer and the powder, listen, the two of those together are doing something for me and my face today. Okay, as far as the concealer goes, blended out really easily. I feel like it gave a nice look to the under eye. I was a little worried about the color before, but I'm not worried about the color, but knowing myself, like I probably would still go in to check out some of the other colors, just because you know, a lot of us like just a little bit brighter of an under eye there, but I feel like this could definitely still give you a bright under eye, but also a more calm, you know, just every day, just chill, just do your makeup and go about your business kind of look as well. So it blended out nicely. It said it was a medium to full coverage concealer. It is in that range. That is also probably why I like it. Again, I like more medium coverage foundations and then more medium to full, probably borderline full coverage concealers, just because those allow me to use less foundation. What do they say here? Creamy, lightweight, full coverage concealer with a natural radiant matte finish that brightens the under eye and hides the appearance of fine lines. Radiant matte sounds like, how do you put those two in the same? But no, low-key, it really is like a radiant matte type of concealer, because you still have that kind of radiant appearance to it, but it's still, it's like soft matte. Like it's probably what you would consider when you hear the word soft matte of a concealer. I feel like it's doing a great job on keeping my under eye area and wherever I put the concealer matte. You guys know I have a oily T-zone, but that might also be because of the other products that I've got on there. Besides the creasing in my normal, like this area right here, I feel like we're doing pretty well on how this is holding up. It's not slip sliding all over my face. I really don't have anything that could stick out to me about this concealer. No, she's pretty good for the day. The powder is I actually think the last time when I did the other video on Pat's complexion products, it was also the powder that I liked. It just wasn't the color for me. So maybe she's got a thing with making good powders, but let me tell you, if you get nothing else from this video, not the foundation, not the concealer, get you this under eye setting powder, okay? Because the look that it gives your under eye area, it just smooths everything out. It's like you've got a filter on your face. It blurs. I think blurring is actually in the title of this, no? Yeah, Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Setting Powder. I've been seeing a lot lately, people saying like they're going back to pressed powders for their under eye. Maybe they have a reason. Maybe they made points, because this one, the Urban Decay, I know I've seen Andrea talking about that recently. The Charlotte Tilbury one, just throwing some out there just so you don't think like this is the only pressed under eye powder if you do want to go back to to pressed powders. But this one, it's like a filter on your face. I do feel like that probably also helps the concealer on mattifying my face, because the foundation, like if you pay attention to where I would use the concealer and the powder and where the rest of my face is with the foundation, like you can tell a difference. I'm starting to get a little oilier in just my foundation areas. So really I feel like the concealer and the powder held it down for my face for someone who has oily skin. What do they say about this powder? A brilliantly blendable ultra weightless under eye setting powder that brightens and blurs for luminous soft focus effects. Yes, just yes. Lightweight, y'all know I don't like feeling anything on my face, and I can't feel my entire body. You guys know what I mean. It's not heavy or anything like that on my face. Again, it's not creasing as bad, especially in the area where I can legit like open the folds. And I think I mentioned to you guys how like sometimes I get like straight up product just sitting in there. It's not as bad today, so I'm gonna give it to the concealer and to the powder. Anything else? You might have noticed I was a little thrown off by the color of the powder because it's called Deep, and you know, this is just so you don't think it's like my lighting or anything like that. Like, nah, this is really what the Deep shade looks like. However, you know, we've tried other powders, other loose powders pressed where they're called Deep and stuff like that, and they're not necessarily our own skin tone, but they still work for our skin tone. I do remember a while ago, and still to this day, like we use straight up whites on deeper complexion. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I did want to point that out just because I feel like earlier my face was low-key side-eyeing, but ate my own words because I don't feel any type of ways about it on my face. I'll do a flash test just because this is a powder. I feel like if I had to compare it to something, it kind of reminds me of the Laura Secret Brightening Powder, just because it kind of still has that effect to it where it gives you that illuminated under eye, but it's more mattifying than the Secret Brightening would be. But yeah, y'all, that is it for this video. I feel like 2 out of 3 being a hit for me is a good thing because, you know, Auntie Pat is not cheap. So imagine you get on here, how much is this? 68, over 120, and you don't like any of it. And y'all know I don't like returning anything, so I was gonna be stuck with 120 worth of stuff that I didn't like. But I can end this video saying that I liked the concealer. Definitely feel like you're gonna be seeing the concealer more on my face. I want to use it with my go-to foundation, the NYX Born to Glow. Also some other foundations I want to try mixing into my routine just because anyway, so I definitely feel like you're going to see the PAC concealer again. Certainly too soon to be like, oh, it's a favorite or anything like that, just because you guys know concealer is that one product where I can just never find anything that sticks for me, but you'll certainly be seeing it again. Listen, again, might be early to be saying it, but maybe this is a go-to, you know, just we're gonna put that in my favorites pile. But you guys also know I don't get that hype over products especially in like first impressions type of video. So if I am excited about it, that's because it did something. Okay, so I hope seeing me test out these products and, you know, revisiting one that I already tested out has helped. If any of you were thinking of checking them out for yourself, make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one.